Dear Second Integrated Minecraft Diary, I sure did have a big day out today with my adventures. I started by tying up some loose ends at the weird ghost box's place. I found a potato named Steve and promptly ate him while looking out the window. I discovered that they had no more forks and only spoons. I found an old frog and took him for myself before finding that guy. I promptly dispatched of him because he had a weird book. I found more books, and then I went upstairs to look in the kitchen. I went to the scary room, but instead of being a scary room, it was actually a block of zinc room. And upstairs, there was a block of copper room. Across the hallway, I found a brewery. I tried to raid it before I saw a ghost. But then I saw a ghost. I went outside to distract myself from the ghost, hoping nothing bad would happen. But that's when something bad happened. I took my frustrations out on one of the ghosts. Then I proceeded upwards to find some fish. I also broke blocks at 5 times speed. I went outside into the rain and looked around. I think I saw a ghost. I found a room with ghost boxes. I think it was too scary though, so I went downstairs instead. I found an armory full of swords and bows. I took a bow for myself in case I would need it in the future. Continuing up the ladder, I found a waystone and decided to name it after the place I was in. The attic didn't have very much, and I knew it was probably about time I head out on a different journey. But first, I had some unfinished business with the anvils out front. Pockets full of anvils, it was time to kill that weird guy who made the sounds. After killing the weird noise guy, I found an entire cabin of rather weird type guys. Luckily for me, killing them was kind of like breaking dishes or windows or maybe glass bugs. I was running out of crunchy bread, and the swarm of weird type guys were getting a bit swarmy for my taste. But I wasn't going to leave before I was done with my epic montage. Before I traveled much further, I knew I needed a better device for getting around, so I made myself a big sticky hand of sorts. It was pretty good at breaking legs. In the distance, I saw a tall fellow, which turned out to be a rather homey home. As I explored, I realized it might be a nice place to settle down, if only for a few seconds. I was already bored of the home life, so I went back out to quench my yet so thirsty thirst for adventure. There was a castle place that required 6 emeralds to enter. Thankfully, I'd already made a sticky hand instead. After ransacking the good and bad loots, I went outside to go let some people in. I guess they didn't have 6 emeralds they wanted to spend either. I'm still not sure what he was doing in the bedroom with the pig, but I guess it's none of my business. I finally found another waystone, but I couldn't edit the name of it. So I guess instead of some witty pun of mine, it will just be Makura. After I went outside, I found another strange-looking pig in the pig pen. It seemed small and malnourished. I tried to feed it, but it just kept shaking its pig-like head at me, no matter how many times I tried to feed it. After my pig-type encounter, I went down into the dungeon where I met the green fellas. I didn't like them, so I just locked them right back into the dungeon. Coming back upstairs, I went to obtain some eggs before I saw a chicken escape. I didn't allow it. As I left the 6 emerald type castle behind, I went to go see what else would unfold. Turns out, what would unfold was a montage of killing things. My montage made me kind of eepy, so I took a little nap. Before I got back to it, I took my newfangled spyglass and looked at things I saw across the way from the place I was currently residing in. Then I used the contraption to go look at the funny lizard, only there was no funny lizard. I went downstairs to go find the funny lizard, only to find the funny lizard was already downstairs. I did some research to learn more about the Komodo dragon. But that was before it, took a dang bite out of me. I said, amongst other things. Thankfully, I had a sticky hand to get me out of sticky situations. I would not freaking mess with that guy if I was used. I found some more glass-type weirdos. After smashing a lot of them like spark plugs, I went inside with bricks in hand in case any more approached. Although this one was particularly strong and didn't even die to bricks being thrown at him. I went back upstairs to throw the rest of my bricks, but it wasn't enough. I had to use flame wind to blow it up. I found a book, but I couldn't really read it, and also, I didn't care. Seems that there's nothing a sticky hand cannot solve. Contrary to accusations, I am not jealous of the weird type guys' hats. I just kill them for fun. I got some particularly magical gamer loot in the barrels he was residing by. I think it was about this point in the adventure when I realized nothing at all could ruin my adventure unless I ran into a big ol' cyclops who was surrounded by piles of gold nuggets and sheep. As I went over a perilous cavern, you would not believe what I saw around the corner. I used a bow and arrow to try and blind the Cyclops, who seemed to be unable to get through the door in his own home. I used flame wind to blow him up, and then used my sword to cut him down. What kind of Cyclops keeps one apple in a chest? I went and found a pirate-type village. But before I went to go explore it, I saw it had another Cyclops. What if it could leave its cave? Shortly after finding the village in Cyclops, I found a kitty that did not want to be caught. So I had to have a chase sequence. A racing chasing sequence. This kitty may have had the moves, but I'm fast too. Finally, after 2.5 minutes, I nabbed the feline racer. Upon bringing him to my homely pig pen, I fed him fish, but it turned out he's a fat, stupid idiot. And even upon feeding him yet 4 more fish, he was not satisfied. This led to me embarking on the fish venture, going back to my roots through the Waystone. Heading back up the silly ghost box tower, I found a fish the cat might want to eat, and saved it for later. Then I left back into the rain. Underwater, I found a barrel that had a nice fishing rod. I used my newfangled fishing rod to go fish up some more fish for my fish venture. Upon my triumphant return from fish venture, this son of a biscuit didn't like any of my fished up fish, just one of the old fish from the ghost box tower, I guess. I grabbed my cat to bring it upstairs to where I was staying, which gave me a fantastic idea for a name. First, I had to kick him off my bed, though. You have your own bed, stupid. A perfect name for my cat. After my big day out, I went to go to the big old table to write in the funny book. Then I wrote and wrote about the aforementioned so big adventures, and then I went up the ladder to put the book on my stand so I could go to sleep. I think I'd still have to do that part anyway. From me. Guess it's time to do it. Book sound. Alright, time for bed. Time. I guess it's not nighttime yet. Hold on, give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's nighttime. Cool, yeah, let's do it. Alright, I waited till I could go to sleep. Good night. I guess you can go to sleep too.